of this dynamic. This is what happened with Kendrick on stage with the random white girl that said the N-word. She had basically not kept up her end of the deal. But to be clear, this isn't some altruistic pro-black shit. This is just the nature of the business. Rappers, companies, etc. recognize that the major draw of hip-hop that get us shot by manhood, that get us shot by police, racial profile, kicked out of schools, etc. Police, racial profile, kicked out of schools, etc. All stuff, all stuff that we experience, we engage by selling our own as a direct benefit while still being the main people. Keep doing that. And today we have Jack Harlow, Tom McDonald, and countless others. Today the slang and lingo and dances that we innately just create, just through the nature of our reality and the innate talent of our people, that stuff is so proliferated through media apart from us that we get no credit for it and thus no benefits. And Drake isn't the core reason why this happened, but he's emblematic of that change because he perfected the process of doing it during this time period while Kendrick was gone. Hip-hop had changed so much, not just in the preceding years where Kendrick was quiet, but with the emergence of the culture of the internet and influence of social media was much more prominent than and culture, who your fave was, than whether or not they were actually giving leaders had drastically changed to the point where we still had a few good ones like your Sean C. or Anthony Fantano, the whole Hip Hop DX podcast, etc. But they were also sharing space with some more not so great gatekeepers like your academics or your Adam 22 or the plethora of hip hop podcasts that half the time just sound like old weird dudes yelling and not really talking about good music. I'm gonna hold this thing.
That's why I'm listening anymore.
Academics is a really interesting case study in how this new era of social media clout influence hip-hop journalism works, because Academics was a Drake fanboy that eventually weaseled his way into a direct relationship with Drake, becoming almost a propaganda wing of Drake's whole community, carrying his water and spinning his negative press positive. My top 5 is smoking on Kendrick, because my top 5 is Drake. There's videos of Drake clearly shitting on Academics and not wanting to be bothered with them.
Mom's birthday, mom turned 7 today. Just feeling up. Those that hats off. Where I
What up?
okay, first of all, Drake. Why is Drake?
In this era that was really shaped a lot by his behavior, clout was more important than any of the actual music. As long as you had fans and stands willing to carry your water and say whatever you said was good, regardless of if it was, as long as real critics weren't really taken seriously, the only thing that was important is making sure your narrative was strong and prolific. The purists and gatekeepers and pretty much anyone else that wasn't enjoying the direction that hip-hop going in didn't have much they could do about it. They had to kind of sit there and quietly take it. No matter what they said, it would fall on deaf ears or be drowned out by the loud, out-driven audiences that Drake can still pull.
What's going on in hip-hop right now is embarrassing, dude. And the thing is nothing as a whole wrong with hip-hop. Hip-hop just needs some fucking balance. Hip-hop don't need to be all positive.
Why don't you
it don't need to
OGs
be
come
all
back?
negative, but we need to control the image.
Why was he allowed to flout the standards of hip-hop that had been important for so long? Why can he bite other people's style and not write his own songs? Why is none of the snake behavior that we know he's been doing for years still not affecting him? Someone should do something about this. Well, in 2019, 4 years after the Meek Mill beef and 2 years since anyone's really heard from Kendrick, we enter one Pusha T. Much like Kendrick and other rappers from that earlier era who were more
See what y'all talking about.
from a rap background, a former drug dealer and a traditional.
I'm a Sigma. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Traditionalist in hip-hop,
Love you guys
has never
for real.
liked Drake or what he stood for. Thank you so much.
He never
I'ma
hated
get there.
either. He didn't care if it cost him clout or success
tired
or
of this
access.
foot pain,
He
this
quiet
back
about
pain.
it and has let this be
My
known on
hips
so
being
many
tight,
occasions,
my abs
to
being
the
tight,
point where
my
it was
back,
understood
everything
that
is
if
just
Pusha
so
T was
tight.
gonna be a
And I
place,
try to I lie to
he needs
myself in
leave
the morning
if
when I
Drake was
wake
gonna
up,
come
but
to
it
the
just
place.
still
You and
hurts.
Drake, it's been an ongoing thing, but
Like this is still clicking.
but I
Just
do
one big
think,
target, right?
So if I just
Everybody's
keep on
getting
building the
shooting
muscle,
all day.
well, to be fair,
Yeah.
you are the one that stands up and says
I got no choice, right?
your piece, and stands up and says, try your best, take your shots, because you also send out those shots.
I sort of feel like I can't let people think for 1 second that, like, I'm a punk or I'm a chump or, it's okay to say certain things, because to me, I just
Should start over.
For so long. Why can he bite other people's style and not write his own songs? Why is none of the snake behavior that we know he's been doing for years still not effective? Someone should do something about this. Well, in 2019, 4 years after the nuclear beef,
Chill.
2 years
I
since
ain't talking to you like that.
really heard from Kendrick, re-enter one Pusha T. Much
Love
like
you, though.
Kendrick and other rappers from that earlier era who were more respected, Pusha is from a rough background, a former drug dealer, and a traditional gangster rapper. He, like many a traditionalist in hip-hop, has never liked Drake or what he stood for. Unlike other rappers, he never hated for so long. Why can he bite other people's style and not write his own songs? Why is none of the snake behavior that we know he's been doing for years still not effective? Someone should do something about this. Well, in 2019, 4 years after the nuclear beef, and 2 years since anyone's really heard from Kendrick, re-enter one Pusha T. Much like Kendrick and other rappers from that earlier era who were more respected, Pusha is from
This
a
is massaging the bottom of
a
my
former
foot,
drug dealer and a traditional
making my
gangster rapper. He,
calf
like many
stronger.
a traditionalist
So
in
as I make
hip-hop,
it
has never
relax
liked Drake or what he stood for.
and loosen,
Unlike other rappers, he never
for that
hated
moment,
it. He
if you
didn't care
don't
if
strengthen
cost
it,
him clout or
it's gonna
success
curl
or
right back
access.
up.
He
Now,
refused to be quiet.
strong
It's
on
been an
one
ongoing
of
thing,
those
but
new areas. So then it may
but I
stop.
do think,
When instead of curling all the way, it'll curl halfway or a quarter way. You never know.
to be fair,
yeah.
It
you
might
are
curl
the
all
one
the way
that
back up.
stands
You know what I
up
mean?
and
It'll get worse,
says
but
your
sometimes
piece,
worse is better.
and stands up and
Like, I can't let people think for 1 second that, like, I'm a punk or I'm a chump or
Snake behavior that we know he's been doing for years still not effective. Someone should do something about this. Well, in 2019, 4 years after the nuclear beef, and 2 years since anyone really heard from Kendrick, re-enter one Pusha T. Much like Kendrick and other rappers from that earlier era who were more respected, Pusha is from a rough background, a former drug dealer, and a traditional gangster rapper. He, like many a traditionalist in hip-hop, has never liked Drake or what he stood for.
It's like a mixture of a pit bull. It's like a corgi and a pit bull. I don't know exactly, but she's like the dopest dog ever.
It has let this be known on so many occasions, to the point where it was understood that if Pusha T was going to be a place, he needed to leave if Drake was going to come to that place.
with you and Drake. It's been an ongoing thing, but but I do
just one
think,
big target, right? Everybody's getting to shoot at me all day.
well, to be fair,
Yeah.
you were the one that
Okay to say something. To me, I just feel like once they get to do things like that, they get to keep pecking at you.
This beef has like 3 different moments over the last 10 years, but the one that happens in 2019 is the most significant because
When you
unlike
feel
the years
it
before,
relax
with the big
your
mill
back,
drop, Drake
it
was
feels like
satisfied with subliminals.
it's like
If your
raining
lines
on your
here and there
back.
or just fully ignored it. A fully
It's
charged
hard to
Drake
explain.
recognizing
It
his
feels like it's
position
like
at the top of
raining
the
on your
hip-hop
back
world, responds
when
to
it
Pusha T's
relaxes.
most recent diss with the scathingly strong W freestyle. And it's really interesting as an artifact of who Drake is in this point in his career. Before
You
now,
get a little
Drake
sweat and
probably
everything.
never would have fully responded to Pusha T's direct disses except for a few subliminal lines. But the W freestyle, for my money, is probably his best diss track ever.
I'm gonna spit an image, whatever jealousy breeds. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. You send shots, but I gotta challenge those.
And so with that energy and confidence, W Freestyle to me is probably to date the best diss track Drake has ever made. It employs all the bravado that he in many ways in the previous decade of his
his career, going from the sideshow put-upon rapper that everyone seemed to tolerate and openly dismiss to now the legitimate, most powerful, most successful breaking up Pusha T's wife in a throwing line that didn't even really need.
Holla at me when you're multi-million. I told you keep playing with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams.
In
That was
fact,
corny.
Gold's song is more personal than rap disses have been in previous generations. Rap beef and diss tracks are awful lot insulting another rapper's career, expressing how much better you are, maybe bringing up notable L's and bad looks, etc. The only time I can ever remember a wife or girlfriend being brought up was from Jay-Z's Super Ugly, which was a response to Nas's Ether,
That's why he did it.
which landed with a thud. Nobody liked that it was feeling it. Jay-Z reportedly got a call from his mom to shut things down and take the loss after. But here was Drake bringing up Pusha T's wife kind of out of blue. He indeed was fully charged up, but he unfortunately wasn't prepared. Pusha T laid the trap. Some type of false flag strategy so that his message, the story of Adonai, would feel deserved. But even with that preface, the story of Adonai still seems to be the cruelest, most thing to have ever happened to any celebrity in some type of public view.
Did you wake up this morning feeling bad at all?
No? For what?
Now, I mean, you did mention your fiance's name, so I guess it was, you know, the gloves are off.
All that because of that. That alone was all that.
Thank you so much.
In the story of Adonai, Pusha T makes fun of Drake's friend who was suffering
I'm trying to get back into sports. That's why I'm like really getting into my fitness. So, because I want to prove that there's a fountain of youth if you just start early and keep working out, and then really focus on like stretching.
I had to figure it out.
some type of autoimmune disease. He makes fun of Drake's body show angry of trying hard to fit in.
Confused, always felt you weren't black enough. Afraid to grow it cause your fro wouldn't nap enough.
But then he takes things to a level never seen before in hip hop or really like anime.
Let me keep the facts. That boy come home. You motherfucker.
Adidas campaign that was allegedly happening was obviously canceled.
And when I was making the record in response, which was a real record, I know people think it's like something that it was like on his finals beat, and I just found myself saying things that like one seemed really out of character just because I was like deeply invested in the situation and getting very angry. I just realized that like nobody cares about this guy, so it's not really much I can say better than Drake has a baby. He won. You know, he won off that.
A lot of people get on Drake for
This
stopping
was
the
so
beef
good.
after that.
This
But
hurt so
honestly, it either would have had to have been hands.
But you could feel the foot just loosening up every step.
Because, like, I couldn't imagine having
you just gotta
someone
relax your body
son
too.
or sons
Relax your mind, I mean.
and like fucking Vosh does a video about it before I can't. No one had ever looked at as the future king of New York before LL Cool J did him dirty in their battle. 50 Cent ended Ja Rule's reign as one of the top rappers in the game with his diss records. And Eminem brutalized Machine Gun Kelly so bad that he switched genre. Who's the rap beef doesn't it should sting for a while. That should have fundamentally changed his presence in hip hop. But it didn't. Because the culture had changed. It didn't matter that Drake had ghostwriters. It was so down authentic and blackface. Because pretty white girls were doing TikTok dances to songs with the and I had always felt
See, I want when I go like this,
if you're saying hip
when I
hop is
go like
dead,
this, I
like
want
genuinely not like
my foot